As Christians, learning to hear the voice of God is a very difficult thing to understand sometimes. It's a constant lesson that we're being taught over and over again. And there are things we still don't understand once we learn something new. In 1 John 5:14 through 15, it says, "This is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. And if we know that he hears us, whatever we ask, we know that we have what we asked of him." For me, I would pray to God, but I didn't really understand the ways he would respond to me. We're taught that God answers us in 3 different ways. 1, yes. Number 2, no. And number 3, wait. And in high school, when I was asking God about my future, about what his plan for me was, he was telling me to wait. But I didn't understand that. In fact, I took that as a way of him not responding because I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything happening. And I kind of felt on my own. And so I began to felt that I wasn't worth God's time. Maybe I'd messed up. I just simply wasn't worthy. But either way, I felt that this plan for my life, there really wasn't any. My entire life, he was just simply saying, wait. But I'm not a very patient person. And so I went through high school just believing that I really wasn't worth God's time and there was no plan for me. And I had kind of given up. And I graduated high school. I had no real plan for college. I was going to attend a community college, get some gen eds, and maybe, again, hope for an answer, but I really wasn't expecting anything. And I went on this mission trip with my youth group. And we went with an organization called Next Step. And when we got there on the first night of worship, the speaker asked us about why we were there that week. And he asked us if we realized that God had a plan for us, that God had a plan for each and every one of us, and that there was a specific reason why we were there that week. And so that question really struck me, and I began asking God, why am I here this week? What's your plan for me? And again, I didn't feel like I got an answer. In my entire life, feeling that I wouldn't get an answer, I would challenge God. I would ask him to speak to me in an audible voice because I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything. And I would challenge him over and over again. So on the last night of that week, the last night of worship, the speaker brought up that question again. He asked if we had found the answer to that. And I felt I didn't have an answer. I didn't know what my purpose was that week. And at that point, I felt that it's settled. I don't have a purpose. I don't have a purpose in life. And so I quickly prayed as he was speaking one last time, saying, God, what is your plan for me? I don't understand. And it was in that moment that my mind was completely silent because I felt I had nothing else to think about. But as soon as that happened, I saw what I would describe as a slideshow of my life, starting from when I was a very young age, going all the way up through high school, even to that summer just weeks before. And I saw moments where God specifically did something in my life. And I felt a voice say, how much more proof do you need to know that I am with you? It was in that moment I realized something, that I just need to trust the Lord. I just needed to wait. See, in that moment I wasn't given an answer about what I was supposed to do in the future, but I was given a very clear answer to just wait and to just trust him. So I stopped trying to challenge God, and I went through my first year of college. I decided to go for a major I had an interest in, and the summer after college I came back to Next Step as an intern this time. And I became the MC role, the speaker role. And 3 weeks in, to being the MC for Next Step. I'm sharing that same story that I just shared. And as soon as I'm done, I sit down. And once again, I feel a voice say, this is what I want you to do. You see, God knows what's best for us. And a lot of times we may not like the answers to our prayers. We may not like hearing no. Sometimes we may not even like hearing yes. And if you're like me, you especially don't like hearing wait. But when we wait on God, the things He has planned for us, the things that are best for us, start to fall into place. And so that's what we are called to do, to listen and to be okay with the answer God gives us.